Der lustigste 4chan-Post aller Zeiten, Part 3. Are psychedelics retarded? Und zwar, wo waren wir da? Wir waren warte, ich schau noch kurz, wo wir waren. Hier. Amerikaner, also es geht los mit dem Amerikaner, der auf den Deutschen reagiert und sagt, it proves that psychedelics do nothing worthwhile in the real world, but you people keep thinking your drugs are worth anything. Do you even know who Tim Leary was? Amazon.com/weird scenes inside Kenya Laurel. Amazon.com/@the-dream's complete history of the 60s. Huxley himself was involved with the CIA as well. Levity.com/s-dream/doc/adult/HTML. Look, Hoffman first synthesized it, sure, but Tim Leary, Huxley, and the CIA popularized it and ran the first clandestine labs. Same way MDMA was technically synthesized first by Merck. Nobody associates or credits them with it. 100 micrograms. What the fuck were I expecting with that dose? I guess it could be why drugs are so regulated by the world governments. The government wants to reap the benefits of using the drugs to possess the minds of broken families and lost children rather than having individuals of sound mind using things like shrooms or DMT for their own purposes. Maybe Charles Manson was just one of the projects gone rogue and went after the elite class instead of the paupers that like people like the Manson family to target law. If you read about Manson, it was as damaged goods as you could get. His mom gave him away for a bottle of beer. Perfect MK Ultra material, I'd say. This subversion of mind could only work if the subject was trustful towards the message and the messenger. Drugs would increase the feeling of trust and empathy in the subject, softening them up. Also, it brought the subject into a state of present. This way they didn't have the perspective to question the process during it. This was the way you would brute force morally program true believers, aka the shock troops and ground activists for every leftist movement. Now the process was not the end goal. The end goal was to bring forward an independent social movement that was self-sustained, growing like a snowball. This was a success. All the modern progressive social movements are because of MK Ultra. Drug subversion was quieted, as it was not needed. Drugs still are an essential part of leftist culture, still even if not directly run by the CIA. There are definitely qualities/effects, quote-unquote, to each substance. The biggest for me MO is shrooms. It produces very three-dimensional hallucinations and quote-unquote ideas in your head. Acid, on the other hand, even in a high dose, is more like an endless light show and very unique thinking, but not hallucination level thinking like shrooms. That's IMO. I'm sure everyone is different, but that's a 50,000 feet view. Clearly, of course, I read this book. Bunch of nonsense. IMO. Wasn't that the guy who wanted to put it in a water supply? It's just pure insanity. Clandestine labs weren't necessarily at first because it was illegal. Supplied by Roche IRC. I know that one of the chemists was involved with CIA after it became illegal. Thing being, the CIA had a completely different approach. They gave an unknown suspect to find a true serum, but the subject was just insane with psychological torture. Whatever, druggy. The CIA didn't invent acid. Nah, my dad's friend did that. First, 100 micrograms is too weak of the effects you desire. Try 250 micrograms or 500 micrograms in the future. 100 micrograms is for beginners who want to test it. Secondly, then you have a daily routine, like a 9 to 5. You fall prey to certain thinking patterns that are the equivalent of mental freeways. You cannot get trapped in those thinking patterns, and they can prevent you from having a full perspective about things. If you missed something obvious, and then wondered afterwards how you missed it. Yeah, psychedelics are like a temporary off ramp from the mental freeway. From new mental quote unquote desire paths. Look up desire paths in quotation marks in brackets and stuff. And it can give you a beautiful objective perspective on things. You can solve problems by analyzing them in a way that you hadn't thought about before. It can provide clarity in personal and extraneous issues and help you figure shit out. It's basically a cheat code to months, if not years, of meditation. You get the clairvoyant and self awareness aspect without the massive waste of time that meditation is. Plus, music sounds really nice and the visuals are pretty cool. Gonna lemon take some golden teachers today. No quite sell on dosage though. I think your 3 grams dry should get a nice trip when not overdoing it. You will sing lemon take those potency, otherwise it would probably take 4 or 5 grams. 2 trips for 415 grams of wet Atlantis truffle tea was quite strong enough for me. What do you even make the threat if you're just gonna call everyone druggy? Let her kill herself. I know that once with chemists was involved with the CIA after it became illegal. Didn't even click the links I sent earlier. Here's a letter between Leary and Huxley, referencing Huxley meeting an unknown MK Ultra operative. Liveday.com/acid drains adults at Gmail. Extension wasn't quite strong enough for me. Just the key to jack and potency and fungus lemon is a lie, because your body can't consume enough without disgust. I 1400 microgram a couple nights ago, so it kind of seemed like a faggot OP. Number 10 straight and stop being a fag. You won't though, because you're scared, bitch ass nigga. Because druggies are scum. They should blow their brains out. At least they won't waste their mommy's time. Whatever, druggie. So take this fucking advice then. He knows better than you do. 2P, what happens when an NPC takes a trip? Nothing, because it has no imagination. Like, you go to party or club once, and if you're bored, you presume everybody who frequently parties and goes clubbing is simply pretending to have a good time. I used to do that in the 00s. I think half of them are dead from fentanyl now, actually. Doesn't sound like a good time. T. Seattle. Incorrect. Drugs are mainly illegal because all the government, especially the 3-letter agencies, would make more money when it's illegal. The Formalati. They have a genuine interest in controlling the substance because we render most of the psych meds completely useless. But yes, that was an obnoxious asshole who wanted to control people, Manson. I read quite a lot about him and I tend to be more juvenile if I listen to his songs. His assessment is correct. It's possible. Who is the glow nigger in question in this document? It's the psychiatry professor. Lemon tech just speeds up the onset and what occurs to potency, by the way. Just skips the normal digestive phase. OJ isn't acidic enough to convert to psilocybin. I just added strained lemon juice and some green tea afterwards. Excuse me, but Dr. Oscar Janiga, a Los Angeles-based psychiatrist, used LSD as a tool to study the creative attributes of the mind and gave the drug to many well-known painters, musicians, actors, comedians, and writers. Janiga was also the first person in the U.S. to synthesize DMT, a short-acting super hallucinogen. You retard. Just keep away from it and leave it to people that it belongs to. It's just full of preconceived notions. I'm fairly certain most of the people who call druggies in the third are more successful than you are. The spiritual universe is basically Lovecraftian, and the fact that human husks deprived of any sacred experience or try to get fucked by external gods and demons while being defenseless and altered is beyond me. It's as retarded as going fishing on a monster infested ocean that is the subconscious. By using yourself as shit-faced bait, got people with F the Nash having triple F visions. OP is a druggie. Just talking to demons, retard. 180 IQ and I believe in fucking demons. Sure, retard. IQ bell curve me when the midwit in the center. Sure, whatever tell yourself to make you sleep at night better, bud. Yes, I know. I stand by my statement. It's true. Can people with FTP even trip or have visions? Yes. Non-NPCs can do it without drugs too, so drugs are only necessary if you're an NPC. Psychedelics has a fried dopamine slash serotonin receptors and can turn you into an NPC if you're not from long-term frequent abuse. 2P, take 5 grams to your face, 2P. No, but people who use it become the most retarded, unsufferable, quote-unquote, enlightened assholes. They really start to believe their self-induced schizophrenia. Guys, demons aren't real, but DMT gestures and machine elves are. Lol. And literally present themselves to you as jesters. Tricksters. You think you're getting quote unquote secrets about the universe in the DMT trips? Come on, son. Nigger. From what you described here, I get the impression that you are soulless, low IQ, imaginationless, and slash or a literal high like. Don't expect a breakthrough if you're already an empty vessel. Acquire soul and try again. It's true, they're only demons. It's funny how people go straight to demons. It's much more likely they're jesters or jinn. Where do people get that these entities are Satan's children? Besides, if you believe in the demons, where are the angels? Angels are all around us. Why don't y'all keep your psychedelic experiences to yourselves? When you keep going off about it to other people, it just makes you sound like a druggie and a plabber. It's all names for the same shit, Anon. Just different ancient cultures, takes on the exact same phenomena. Pickerel, a Native American high ochre jester. NPC behavior. Does you even like learning new things? Nah, there's all different. YouTube slash watch link. 2LP. But all that happened to me was that I felt stupid. My thoughts were boring and underwhelming. That's a you problem. Strong strain. Acid doesn't have strains. 2P. I'm super sensitive to psychedelics. Even 1 gram of shrooms or 50 micrograms of acid has significant visual, cognitive, and emotional impact on me. The most beautiful and fascinating experiences of my life. By the way, if you are on SNRIs or SSRIs, you won't feel the effects. Anything put out in a quote unquote DMT sphere after the feds took over DMT nexus is a load of shit. Don't be. I feel like sound-minded people don't get the crazy experiences. My friends said the same shit, and when I try shrooms, I only experience the body high and some crazy things, like the walls moving and the lights being super trippy, but nothing life-changing. I once took 15 grams of golden teacher mushrooms. It's not general right amount, so when I listen to people who act like drunks at a bar who dare to drink this and this amount of booze. In general, psychedelic users are no nice people, very self-absorbed. If it isn't for you, don't take it. It's really the whole thing. Going out in the woods and leading a healthy life basically does the same thing. Taking almost an ounce, I didn't have an awakening. The world melted around me with paranoid flashbacks. I shed myself, threw up, and fell asleep. No. Don't you ever like learning new things? I'm doing it. I'm watching you. I'm learning that all druggies are useless sacks of wasted oxygen. There. I learned something new tonight. Tip, take a sharp knife and nip your jugular vein with it. You won't feel any pain. The world will gain value that way. A strain of acid, huh? I'm quite the opposite, which is why it was so easy to understand the drug while I was on it. I already thought of all the shit it showed me. Mushrooms, I didn't say. Accurate. The potency varies wildly, species to species with shrooms. You can cut apart a stem. It'll test vastly different levels in different chunks. Likewise, making acid vials and blotter isn't a perfect science. Potency varies and acid degrades rapidly when exposed to light, etc. You think you're getting quote-unquote secrets about the universe in the deep tea traps? Yes. No, you're a retard. Sorry, you're highly gas. Can you do esotericism? Leave the daydreaming to the Aryans. I remember being 15 years old, Anon. Good times. Whatever. If they have 10,000 IQ. Psychedelics send you to demonic realms where they deceive you. Remember, you can always pray to Jesus for help, /user.com/watch, blah, blah, blah. Try taking the same amount and actually doing something besides staring at a campfire. The kind of thing is nothing but a little massage for the soul. If you really want to experience something wild, you need more stimuli or bigger doses. Even 120 IQ is impressive. To 100 IQ made with. How do you know? Thanks for the honest answer, Anon. 180 IQ believes in Christ cock children's fables. Ha ha. You came into this thread with that belief. You expressed it within the thread. Nothing has changed. You ask no question. You've learned nothing less. It metabolizes it so it hits more of your receptors faster, speed of the onset and shortens duration, mean the komma. Das war Part 3 vom lustigsten Fortschritt der Welt.